I just had to let you know you're mine. Hands on your body, I don't wanna wait.
Hello guys, as you can see from the title of the video, this is going to be me telling you my story. Because I don't want to prolong it, I'm going to get right into it. 8 years ago, my life changed, and I'm not going to say it changed for the best or for the worst, because it has made me who I am. I've had good days and I've also had bad days. So starting from the beginning, as a child, I was very active. I was really active. And a year before my life changed, I played softball, I ran track, and I also cheered. And in August, probably the beginning of August, right before school started, I started having really bad pains in my knees and in my ankles. And it was hard for me to run. It was hard for me to go upstairs. It was hard for me to do normal stuff that I could do literally a month ago. And I went to the doctor, and the only thing my doctor told me was to wear more supportive shoes. And she's prescribed me some medicine. Well, that didn't help. So 6th grade year, it wasn't too bad. It was just pains in my ankles and knees, and I couldn't run. So it started getting to me. So 7th grade year started, and I began to move slower. It was still only pains in my ankles and knees, but now I'm walking slower, and now it's taking me even longer to get up steps. When my 6th grade year, I could get up them faster, but it would just send pains in my ankles and knees. So my 7th grade year came, I started moving slower. My 7th grade year is also when I started going back and forth to Chapel Hill really heavy. So going to Chapel Hill, I started off in the cancer center. The reason they started me in the cancer center is because I lost a lot of weight. I went from a size 5 all the way back to a size 0. And starting in the cancer center, or being in the cancer center, period, I'm pretty sure it is hard for anyone that has to start there, especially a child. But for me, it was really hard because my grandma passed away from breast cancer. So just being in the cancer center made me think like it's really a possibility that I could have cancer. So they started me in the cancer center, and I was going back and forth probably every 2 weeks or every week. And then after a while, they admitted me into Chapel Hill. I was up there for 15 days, and while I was up there, it was pretty it was a good experience. I'm not gonna say that it was a typical hospital experience, because it wasn't. Chapel Hill, if you've ever been to Chapel Hill, if you've ever been admitted into Chapel Hill, is really a good hospital, and they make you feel like they care, which I feel like they did. So being in Chapel Hill, they came in there every morning at the same time to take blood. I also probably went through every screening, every scan. They looked for cancer in my brain. They actually put some medicine into my eyes and looked into my eyes to see if I had cancer. They looked for cancer in my thyroid. I went through CAT scans, MRIs, just so they really did a lot. I had probably 5 IVs. I had all types of medicine. It was times where I couldn't eat because I had to scan the next morning. But at Chapel Hill, they did find out that I had low phosphorus and low vitamin D, which causes you to be very tired. And that's why I lost a lot of weight, because for one, I was tired, and if I'm sleeping, I'm not gonna eat. And I did not eat. And the only time I did eat when my parents would cook would be when they made macaroni and cheese, fried pork chops, and cornbread, because that was my favorite. That's really the only time I ate. And snacks, but of course that's not real food. So that is why I went from a size 5 to a size 0. So after they found out that it was low phosphorus and low vitamin D, which makes your bones fragile, they prescribed me my medicine, and I started taking it, and, you know, I was doing good. And then, you know, school ended. Now school's starting again. So now it's my 8th grade year. And beginning the 8th grade year, you know, I'm doing good. I'm walking better. And then an accident happened where I fell. And after I fell, you know, it was pains. It was a pain in my leg. But because I'm so used to pain, I didn't think of anything. I didn't think anything of it. And, you know, I didn't tell my mama. We didn't go to the hospital. I didn't do anything. I just kept taking my pain medicine like I was supposed to, because pain is normal to me. Pain is what I was used to. So maybe this is just a short pain. Maybe this is just a different pain that I haven't been through yet. So to pick up where I left off, like I said, it was a pain. It's a new pain, but I did not tell my mama, and I did not go to the hospital. For what? Like, I'm used to pain. This is what I'm used to. This is normal to me. Pain was normal to me. And that's sad to say, but pain was normal to me. So, like I said, beginning of 8th grade year, I was moving, you know, pretty good. You know, I'm gliding. But after I fell, I started moving slower. But I didn't think anything of it. And I think this happened when it was cold. So fragile bones and cold weather don't go too well together, because it's basically like arthritis, you know. I'm old. Not really, but you know. So I had a checkup, a normal checkup with my doctor, you know, to see how I'm doing, if anything's changed, if my medicine isn't working, if the medicine is working. So, you know, at the beginning of checkups, they check your height, your weight, your blood pressure, and after they take you in the room and for you to wait for your doctor. So my doctor came in there. This is a new doctor. This is not the same doctor I had a year ago. My doctor came in there. She was like, "It seems as if you shrunk 2 inches." So me and my mama looking at each other, and she was like, "Okay, come on, I'm about to go measure you again." So she measured me, and we went back in there. She was like, "Yeah, you shrunk 2 inches." So she ordered for me to get an x-ray. So I went to go have the x-ray, and at the time they x-rayed both of my legs, because they needed to see which one, you know, was hurting, which one was broke, and it was my left leg. So my left leg was fractured. It wasn't, I don't know what type of fracture it is. I'm not about to sit here and tell y'all I know. I don't know what type of fracture it was, but I was ordered to have surgery 4 months later if it was to get worse. And with having fragile bones, there is a possibility that fractures could get worse. So 4 months down the road, we had to go to Chapel Hill, because that's where my surgery was going to be performed. Went to Chapel Hill. First things first, you know, let's get these x-rays. Got the x-rays, and again, they x-rayed both of my legs, and I was no longer walking on crutches. I wasn't walking slow anymore. Like, I didn't have pain, so I'm like, okay. Me thinking to myself, you know, I feel better. I'm walking better. So the doctor came in there and put the x-rays on the screen so me and my mama can see, and he said, "Well, it seems as if both of your legs were fractured, but the bone grew back." So what? When did my other leg fracture? When did the bone grow back? So in the midst of 4 months, we only knew about one of the legs being fractured, but I had 2 fractured legs. I went to school every day. Like, I did not miss a day of school until like maybe the end of 8th grade. I went to school every day. And it was hard, but I made it. I went to school every day. In the midst of having 2 fractured legs, I was dancing at church. So it was like a lot I did on 2 fractured legs and did not know. And what? Who does that? You can only do that with the help of God. And and my bone grew back. Like, my legs healed themselves, so I didn't have to have surgery. And he gave me the option. He was like, once your bones get strong again, you can come back and we can break them and we can put them back in place. Because they gave me the option, because my bones did grow on their own, they healed wrong, and now I am knock-kneed. And as you can see in the clip in the very beginning of this video, that is why I walk the way I walk. And no, that is not fake. No, I was not pretending. That is totally me. And one of my hips are higher than the other. So, moving along, my ninth grade year, it wasn't hard. I'm moving better, a freshman. Um, it didn't really get hard. Well, it got hard in ninth grade because, I'm no longer around people that know what's wrong or know my problem. Now I'm around new people because all the middle schools are together. And it got to the point, my ninth and 10th grade year got to the point to where I didn't really want to go to school, because I don't want to be walking down the hallway and hear somebody say, yo, why she walk like that? Or being around people, period. I don't like crowds. um so that was the hard part of high school. But after a while it got easier. And my 11th grade year is pretty, like, nothing too dramatic happened. I don't think so anyway. Nothing extra, nothing too much. And then my 12th grade year came, and um it was good and bad in 12th grade. It was 1 week of my 12th grade year where I could not walk for an entire week. I didn't go to school for a week. I didn't do nothing for a week. I was just at home in my bed, going to the bathroom, eating food. That's it. And because I was at my house, I know how to get around my house without hurting myself. And then also my 12th grade year is when I began physical therapy. Physical therapy helped me a lot. It helped me a lot. Physical therapy got me to the point to where I could wear heels on my birthday. I could wear heels to prom. I enjoyed myself at beach grad. I enjoyed myself at senior day. My senior year was good. I was able to work a job my senior year. So, that's basically the gist of my story throughout school. But I can say, even though it's been good and bad, there's never a day that is not hard. I have to take, well, I'm supposed to take, because I don't. Let's put that out there. I'm supposed to take probably 20 plus pills a day, but I don't. And I haven't had a problem with not taking them. The only ones I do take are my pain pills and these pills that are prescribed for arthritis that helps me move better. But the phosphorus pills and the vitamin D pills, I don't take them. And just recently I got blood taken, and my levels are normal. And I haven't taken those pills in I don't know how long. So, what I need to take them for? God got me. I can't say it does get depressing. There are days or weeks at a time where I don't want to do anything. I will lay in my bed and, going from being a kid that is living her best life, it's a kid you don't know, but going from being a kid that is living her best life to a middle schooler that just lost it all, to now being a young adult trying to make her uniqueness apart, her differences, her deficiency a part of living her best life. It's hard because I have to adjust. It's stuff that I want to do but I don't do because I'm scared. I don't like being in crowds because people play too much. You know, they like to push and, you know, crowds. You don't know what's going to happen in the crowd. So it's stuff that I don't do, but it's a day at a time. It's gonna take day by day. Now I've been doing this for 8 years, so if I can get this far, pretty sure I can keep going. One last thing I do want to say is I hope my video brings inspiration and motivation to you guys, to let y'all know that it's nothing y'all can't get through, even if it is life changing. If I can get through this, then y'all can get through that.